Welcome back to Crypto HODL Pride, where we eat the FUD and the FOMO, keep calm, and HODL. Not just any crypto, though, only the ones that we personally researched and believe will emerge as giants in the crypto industry. Not just any crypto, though, only the ones that we personally researched and believe will emerge as giants in the crypto industry. So diving right into the meat of the matter for today, Micheal Saylor's strategy and what he plans to do. So he finds scarce, desirable, unimpaired assets. So Bitcoin is scarce. It's the scarcest thing on the planet. You can go and mine for gold and you're going to find more gold. You can do that with silver. You can do that with many of different things. You can go and mine for Bitcoin, but there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. It's got to be desirable. Guys, this is the internet of money. If you had the chance to go back in time and invest in the internet, not the companies that built up around the internet, the actual infrastructure of the internet. A great TV series that I love, and I actually started to watch with one of my close friends, and it's on Netflix, is called Halt and Catch Fire. And an awesome quote is, Bitcoin isn't the thing, it's the thing that takes us to the thing. And in case you're living under a rock again, Bitcoin is shaping up to be this super giant black hole that is going to outperform every single asset class. Period. Even the FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, all of them combined. And lastly, the asset has to be unimpaired. And currently, the government is unimpairing cryptocurrencies as a whole. So Bitcoin is all three. It's scarce, desirable, and unimpaired. Number two, you gotta hodl it for a very long time. Look, all the institutions are getting in now because they realize that once you find a scarce, desirable, and unimpaired asset, all you gotta do is sit on it. And third, you borrow against the asset whenever you actually need money. And there's multiple reasons to why this is a big part of this strategy. Because first, anytime you make a trade, when you're trading a Bitcoin or you're selling a Bitcoin, that is either a capital gain or a capital loss. And Uncle Sam will want their tax money for that gain or loss. Now, currently for short-term capital gains, I believe it's 30%, which is anything under a year. So if you're buying a Bitcoin today and you're selling it next week, you're going to get taxed 30% on that capital gain. For anything being held over a year, it's 10%. And this next part is one of the biggest things that I am trying to stress. Or you can go and put your Bitcoin, which is now a digital asset, into programs like BlockFi. BlockFi, not only can you earn interest by just putting your money in there, you can get an up to 8.6% APY, but you can also borrow against it. Okay, and look, you can borrow money as low as 4.5% against your Bitcoin that you had. So at the end of the bull run, you decide that you don't want to sell your Bitcoin. Instead, you want to keep your Bitcoin because you know the next bull cycle you're never going to see Bitcoin that cheap again. What you can do is you can go and stake your Bitcoin. In this case, if you wanted to borrow up to $10,000 to, say, survive for a half a year or so, all you would have to do is deposit zero point 0.4 Bitcoin. You're not selling that Bitcoin, you're using it as collateral, after which you have 12 months to pay back that $10,000, or they're going to take your zero point 0.4 Bitcoin. So this strategy is similar to what Micheal Saylor is doing, and I'm not recommending that anyone go out and do this strategy. I'm just trying to explain how he is betting huge on what is going to be the future. So recently, Micheal Saylor purchased another 19,452 Bitcoin. Now, that was a $1 billion debt offering against his already owned Bitcoin, and he purchased at an average price of $52,765. And then on March 1st, again, he borrows another $15 million to buy 328 more Bitcoins. Now, to some, this strategy may seem quite insane. However, it could be argued that it's quite brilliant. He's borrowing against his asset, which has quadrupled already since March of 2020, and is expected to, at a minimum, reach 100K by the end of 2021. And that's one of the biggest problems that I'm seeing right now, is people are selling their Bitcoin. And guess what? If you're selling now, you're selling to this guy, Micheal Saylor, right here. He's buying up all your Bitcoin if you're getting rid of him. Let's drive this point home. So today, we even have MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 205 Bitcoin for $10 million at a cash average price of $48,888. Why are these institutions doing this? Because this is the scarcest, most desirable and unimpaired asset that has ever been found / created on planet Earth. And when you got people like Micheal Saylor quite literally foaming at the mouth because he can't get his hands on enough Bitcoin. Every time in the history of Bitcoin to this day, if you have sold Bitcoin and not HODLed them, you have lost in the long run. Every time you sell, you are giving money to Uncle Sam. This is digital gold out there, folks. There can only ever be 21 million. You can't go out there and find more. I think I just saw an article here about Africa, some village over there, like just stumbled upon like this mound of gold, and thousands of Africans are in this village trying to get this now. Unlike Bitcoin, you can keep throwing any amount of hash power at it, any amount of computing power, but it's still going to be being mined at that same predictable rate. If you haven't realized, gold can still be mined. At the bottom of our ocean, we have 20 million tons at the bottom, worth roughly 771 trillion tons of gold. If you go looking for gold, you're going to find more gold, which is going to make gold less and less scarce. So for the last 5,000 years, yes, gold has been the most dominant store of value. But as time goes on, and now as technology has advancing, it's time that we update our brains and our software power to realize that if you go looking for gold, you're going to find it. If you go looking for Bitcoin, there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. With that being said, let's wrap this video up. Go ahead, give me a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you going to take the play from Micheal Saylor's strategy? Buy Bitcoin, sit on it, HODL for a long time, borrow against your assets? And as always, Crypto HODL Pride, keep calm, HODL on.